Hi, my name is Lakeisha from the Lakeisha Network. I am here to remind you to go to your Google or Apple App Store. Simply type the word LAKESHA and then search to install and download the Lakeisha Alert app to stay up to date on my new superior features. Subscribe to my YouTube page, opening up your app and clicking menu. Click on the About Us tab. Try to get familiar with my software and also teach it to your loved ones. And get your household familiar with my information. It will be useful in the future. You're welcome in advance.
Hi, family. It's me again, your host Gene Cobain. Today I am going to be breaking character a little, and on this episode we're going to be talking about the 10 stupidest things that white people say. Also be on the lookout for the 10 dumbest things that black people do. If you are new to this channel, understand that we are a group of elitists, so our point of view is an elitist point of view. And as of those of you who are not elitist, if you stay tuned, you just might get lucky enough to get some secret information. One of the first things you need to know about us elitists is that we have a different type of logic. Most of you have corporate logic, and corporate logic makes sense to those who are living in the corporation's world. Most of the time in the corporation world, the information will be misleading or misdirected, but it will always make corporate sense. Elite logic might be a little difficult for you, because you are not in elite position. And understand what makes an elite. Elite is that one of our core principles, as an elitist, is that we believe in a small elite group that manage and maintain the masses. But in order to consider yourself an elite, you have to have something tangible that can change the world. And most of all, you have to know your role in the world. Because most of you work for a corporation. Your worldview is as a corporation, but for us elitist, corporations work for us. So my elite views are non-influenced by any of that corporate garbage. And that's what makes me a member of this elite society. So we're going to break these episodes up into 2 parts. Today we're going to reveal numbers 10 through 6. Next episode we're going to reveal 5 through 1. But before we get started, let us take a quick break.
Zions Institute is committed to providing exemplary Afrocentric educational programs based on standards.
It's a need for ZIACs, not only in New York, it's a need for ZIACs in the Midwest, in the South, in the North.
The foundation of our society's education, knowledge. Knowledge is power. Until we educate our own people, we will not be successful as a people.
Our programs will ensure the consistent educational investment to our community and enhance each of our participants' growth by providing them with a creative, purposeful, and ethical atmosphere.
So it was really important for me to, become involved in something that is for the upliftment of my people. And since I've been here teaching and coordinating students, I definitely feel connected.
Peace, y'all. My name is Fontaine. I'm the director of the ZIACs TAP program. I just wanted to tell you we have a great program. We have a lot of great teachers. This is all free of charge. All you have to do is show up.
Is that we've been able to recruit over 100 students to our Project TAP program.
In the future, I definitely see ZIACs expanding. I see schools opening for children and hopefully some technical programs for adults.
We're definitely looking for any other volunteers to teach any of the core subjects of science, social studies, writing, reading.
Making a change.
Welcome back, elite wannabes. Let's get started with this garbage. starting with number 10. Black people are lazy. This notion that black people are lazy. First off, let me start by saying anyone who needs corporate statistics to back up their talking points, it only shows that they do not know what they're talking about. So they need corporate statistics to help them make their point. Anytime someone rely on corporation sponsorship is misinformed. Authentic talking points only requires simple logic. Now, my fellow elitist already know what I'm about to say. But for those of you who are under corporation influence, what I'm about to say will be so logical that it should make you feel stupid forever using these types of comments. First thing you need to understand is that people of African origins are the fastest people on the planet. And no, I don't need any corporate statistics or any news talking points to understand that this is true. Us, white people, we are the most obese people on the planet. So the fat people cause the fastest people lazy. This is some of the most stupidest shit I ever heard in my life. Coming in number 9 is, pick yourself up by your boots. First of all, white people never picked up shit. Second of all, we need to acknowledge the foundation of our countries is slavery. Now can anybody imagine today having free labor? If you can open up a business and can get people to work there for free, then you can go open up another business and get people to work there for free. By the time you reach 30 years old, you will probably have about 60 businesses. Then after you profit millions from your 60 businesses, you make free labor against the law and everyone else need to pick themselves up by their boots. What a bunch of bullshit. First of all, we need to acknowledge the foundation of our countries is slavery. And for the people of African descent we owe them that respect. That do not mean we owe you reparations. You should get some high-level respect. But that do not mean we owe you shit. What was done is done. The South made so much money off of them that they went to war with their own government to keep them in slavery. Now moving down to number 8. Black people are more violent. This is a very controversial issue, because people that don't know what they are talking about like to use corporate statistics. And statistics only shows that you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Because if you did know what you were talking about, you would not need corporate statistics. My elite logic overrules all of your garbage, corporate, bulletin board bullshit every time. I'm going to explain to you where this corporate talking point comes from. Back when the slaves was freshly newly free from the plantations, many of the slave owners would kill their slaves because they knew some of the extra horrifying bullshit that they done. These slave owners could not bear the sight of these slaves being free. So many of them just killed their ass right there on the spot. Many of the slave owners was so afraid of what the slaves might do once they get free. So they went out and bought all types of guns, ammunition, and other types of war-tactic materials. And many of the local store owners and gun dealers started noticing that some of the materials that used to sit on their shelves for months are now the hottest selling items in their stores. Sometimes the former slaves would encounter their former slave masters, and many of them would just snap the fuck off because of some of the fucked up shit that was done to them. And that is the beginning of the violent black people. And I don't mean to offend anyone by using the word black. But, in order to relate to my damn ass audience, that's the word I choose to use. And you barely hear me say that word to describe a group of people. It was only a amount of time before the shop owners realized that as long as there is a fear of violent black people, they will accumulate wealth. The history of the violent black people became a money-making campaign slogan to sell weapons. And this campaign slogan is still effective today. To be honest, one of the reasons why black people are in the position they are in today is because they're not violent enough. Can someone bring up a map of America? Okay, thank you. I'm going in. Most black people live in what we call controlled environments, in and around the big cities. Your government have historical mechanisms in place if the black population ever try to take your country over by force. And because they are a minority, whatever they do, it is much easier to contain or dismantle. This conviction rate garbage is basically because we like to keep black people in a controlled environment, and the last thing we want is for them to have small towns all across our countries. So that's why every time any of these stupid people try to defend the notion that black people are more violent, they always go to corporate statistics, and the statistics always show the most violent cities are the ones that is controlled by us white people, and heavy populated by black people. White people need to wake up, and black people need to shut the fuck up and join the 5,000 elite. And become one of the 5,000 elite people of your people. Now moving on to number 7, black people are on welfare. This is very complex, and I understand why a lot of you will not be able to comprehend what I'm about to reveal to you. So let's dig right in. This is going to require a high level of logic, so keep your little stupid ass computerized statistics and selective percentages to your stupid ass self. First off, let's start with saying white people are the most beneficiaries of welfare. So that means by default black people who are on welfare is nothing but a drop in the ocean. This is what you need to understand when you look at your country prison population. It is majority black people, and a majority of these prisons profit billions of dollars from their slave-like labor. If you take the money made from the prison industries and compare it to black people's welfare budget, you can clearly see that the US government is profiting and pocketing and housing the black population like livestock from a farm. So, black people welfare budget is being paid for by their men and women, slave labor in prison. So, when you hear white people say stupid shit like, black people are costing taxpayers money, they sound stupid as hell. The last one from this segment, coming in number 6, is that white people have a higher IQ. Now this is some meaningless bullshit. So I'm going to make this quick. Let's say, for example, that this is true, that white people do have higher IQs than blacks. What the fuck do this mean? It do not mean shit. It's simply a talking point to agitate, and irritate, and make some people feel more than others. It's like saying I can throw a football farther than you. Okay. What if you can? What the fuck do that mean? The truth of the matter is that we need your land. Rather we are smarter or taller, or whatever the fuck we is. At the end of the day, we still need your land. The white population has always been on the brink of extinction. This experience had put us in a permanent survival mode, while black people are in happy mode, or warship mode. White people are in permanent survival mode. This might appear like we have more intelligence because white people is always looking for some new bullshit to enhance their population. Let's be real. When was the last time you heard a real Asian say to white people, we have a higher IQ than you? At least, they are smarter enough to know that even if that bullshit was true, it don't mean shit. The truth of the matter is, black people is a unique part of nature. Only if we just appreciated them for what they are, instead of trying to force them to be like us. The more they try to be like us, the more stupid they look to us. The more white people try to compete and compare ourselves to them, the more it shows that we want to be like them. I am Gene Cobain. This is Virtual Elite News, the 10 stupidest things white people say. Numbers 10 through 6. Also, be on the lookout for the top 5. And coming soon, the 10 dumbest things black people do. Most of all, don't forget to sign up for my 5,000 Elite and become one of the elite members in your family. With that being said, family, play my music.
Watch it go over. All this shit that you see. We gon' make our way to the top. You can trust now, trust and believe. Watch us take over. Yeah, all this shit that you see, we gon' make our way to the top. You can trust, yes, trust and believe. Watch us take over. Yeah, my daddy jumping differently. We find the wins in all the games that they try to play. We held our ground, tell our fans through the private day. While leaders down, knowledge drown, but we find a way. Life was cold.
Okay, I'm gonna say it slow. I was asking you to do the same with this story. Show me the sexual encounter with this woman in this essence or spirit or ghost.
What up, family? Hold on.
Mute your mic right quick. I got you.
Yeah, hold on 1 second. Yeah, we back on, y'all. We back on. We got some virtual elite news going on there. How y'all like that? Some clowning shit. Yeah, I don't know if y'all seen that on the panel though, but y'all might want to go check that out. But yeah, he was spitting a little bit of knowledge. You know what I'm saying? No, y'all hear that? What y'all think? What y'all think? You like that? Yeah. So
we didn't get to check it out.
Oh yeah. It was a little. Somebody said it was flame. They liked it. Yeah. We gonna keep it.
Turn it up. Shut up. Everybody.
We're going to keep it coming. So we're going to finish getting into discussion, y'all. It's heated back here. I mean, it's going on. They've been going in for like 10, 15. I mean, man, they've been going on. Man. But, yeah, make sure y'all keep supporting us, man. We love the energy out there. It all started from the people out there. Some people say that was dope. Yeah, thank you, family. Thank you. I'm glad you guys appreciate it, man. It did took a little hard work to complete that. But, yeah, sorry about that, Brother Trenches. Go ahead, fam.
Right. All right, so now I'm gonna get back to it, Trent. You ain't even gotta unmute your mic. I'm already ready for you, brother. All right, here we go. The reason I made this claim is because when you're dealing with conception, right? Then we gotta know that how can you have a child without sexual encounters, right? Right.
You want me to answer that? You want me to answer that?
No, this rhetorical.
Ah, okay.
Because you can't. But so what I'm saying is, it had to be something for her to conceive. You just can't do it out of nowhere. You can't slingshot it in. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Can't slingshot it in. A ghost can't physically do that. You see what I'm saying? But spiritually, in essence, they could have had an encounter, right? So that's what I'm saying. A ghost really physically can't, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't physical to get you.
Exactly.
But in spirit, you see what I'm saying? On some ghost freaky shit, right? That's what's going on. You see what I'm saying?
Indeed.
Go ahead.
And that, yeah, right. Indeed, and also that can be proven too by the facts of being possessed, like poltergeist.
She got connected with.
Cutting out, AP.
I said her old freaky ass that got caught with the poltergeist, the freaky ghost ghost.
Basically, yo. Because my whole thing is this: how can God get this lady pregnant, man? All that energy. Don't you know that He even told Moses that if anybody look at his face, that they would just disintegrate?
Right. So where did God get Mary pregnant? See, that's why I said y'all keep adding what y'all want to add to the fucking story. Now show me what it said God got her pregnant.
It said that she can see.
Right? We know that means she was with child. That we know that's what that means.
Can I ask you a question, quick?
How did that child get in there?
Okay, now I'm in learning mode. Now I want to learn. I didn't say what I had to say. Now I want to learn.
Now, how did the child get in there, Copper?
That's what I'm about to ask you, Christian. Listen, you are an Aboriginal Hebrew scholar.
Oh, no, because see, I want Copper to see, I like when people make these claims because I listen to people real good, and I can tell when a person is saying something, you know, in the context of whether they think they're right, and when they say it in the context, well, yeah, nigga, I know I'm right about this. So, Copper, I want you to tell me when the book said that the man impregnated her.
Okay, well, I don't know word for word, and I don't know the scripture, but I know what I've read, and it
Oh, you want to
says
get it? You
that
want to
yeah, go
get it?
ahead. Yes, indeed, go ahead.
No, no, I'm finna let you get it. I want you to read it. See,
Nah, but
I don't
I'm
want
not
you to
the
think
Bible
I'm making
scholar
up
though, bro.
words.
I know you're not making up words. That's why we need you on that end to relay what was going on that end, because like I said, from what I've read, she got impregnated by a spirit. You see what I'm saying? Which is bullshit.
Oh shit. Oh shit. And then y'all really keep forgetting who y'all talking to, because you gotta think about it. I'm the same brother that's gonna tell you that the first man was made from the ground. So you can't tell me that there is no way that the Lord could have uh gotten this woman, as we say, impregnated without touching her, if he made a man out of thin fucking nothing.
Can I?
Like
But
I'm the dude that believe that. Y'all got to remember that. I'm the
right,
dude that
right,
believe that the creator created man out of nothing. So where's his
Okay.
mother and father?
right.
Where's Adam's mother and father? We don't have one in the book. The book said that the earth is his mother and that the creator is his father.
Okay.
So it's not far fetched for me to believe that the same creator performed this same miracle, or performed this miracle also.
Right, and you the same guy that believed goddamn Moses split the Red Sea, goddamn Jonah got swallowed by a fish, goddamn Rashak, Meshach got burnt but didn't get burnt. You see what I'm
Right,
saying?
Why it
right,
turned to a pillar
right,
of salt?
right. That's me. Yeah,
I understand.
right.
So I understand exactly who I'm dealing with now.
Right. That's me. So you gotta understand, when you say to me, virgin birth, yes, I believe it. I believe it
Right.
wholeheartedly. I don't have a choice, because if I don't believe that part, I might as well not believe in Jesus.
Okay, so how
Right.
can you believe in that then?
What do you mean? How can I believe in it?
Show me proof that that happened.
What do you
He
mean?
ain't
Show me
got
proof
to.
that happened?
Because he believed. He didn't say he know for a fact.
Yeah, I never said that. See, that's the
He
beautiful
just
part
Okay,
about
believes.
it.
So
I
but
you
never
can't
how
say
you
can
that.
you
can't
believe in
argue a
something
belief.
that you have
You
no real
can't you
actual
can't
proof though, bro?
I
you
mean, you
can't
can ask
argue a
that
belief.
question all day, but it's still not gonna change my belief.
Yeah, you can't argue a belief. You can't
AP
argue a
just gave
belief.
you the answer, bro. You can't argue a belief, bro.
Right. So that's why I move on to the next thing. Yeah, right. Just like so yeah, man, that's why I rocks with the brother Trenches. I understand where he come from. And
Yeah,
he
man,
know
it's
exactly
cool,
where I
bro.
come from. Cause I ain't going, right? I ain't gonna argue belief, but a belief ain't nothing but just a belief. Right. So but and everybody entitled to their belief, right? And we
Right.
got to respect that. Once we start taking away from that, we taking away from people characteristics, what built the character in the man or the woman that you
Indeed.
encounter, right? So we cannot take that away. But
Indeed.
when we dealing with a historical document and trying to educate the people, we cannot take belief into consideration because it has no evidence to back it up, right? But just to say that beliefs are still welcome here, and we always embrace your beliefs, brother.
Yes,
And
sir.
we just trying to stick with the actual fact that we can put out. So what's going on, Chief brother? Not to hold up the show. What's going on? Everybody, peace.
Peace, peace. Yeah, man. This right here, man. This right here is what you call a good study. You know what I'm saying? It ain't even a debate, bruh. This is just studying right here, bruh. You know what I'm saying? To let the peoples know what we mentally dealing with. You see what I'm saying? And that's I think personally, but I think that's good. I think that's good, man, because the people need to hear this. You know what I'm saying? We ain't trying to go at nobody neck, and we ain't disrespecting nobody, bro. We just putting all our information out there to find out. Basically, bro, it all goes inside with each other, man.
Right. We ain't disrespecting. Even though we get out of hand, maybe the first time we encounter, it got a little rough, but hell, I guess that's just the nature of the man, right? So, but when it boils down to it, man, it's about just coming together
Mm-hmm.
collectively, man, and working with the present, because our present is our past.
Yep.
Every step that we take in this present is only leaving a mark in the past that we can only substantiate from that time period. And our future is what we need to be focusing on. So we can go ahead and collectively come together and just build this thing up from the ground up, man. That's what I want to do,
Regardless of the
man.
fact, because you still indigenous, regardless of the fact. And at the end of the day, that's what matters.
Right, he
You know
definitely
what I'm saying?
indigenous. This brother from Tennessee, he ain't know nothing
Yeah,
about no
bro.
goddamn Africa, Israel shit. This nigga from goddamn Tennessee, from goddamn Turkey. That's my best though. He know.
Yo, bro. And see, man, it ain't nothing but love on this panel with the brothers, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what we got to spread throughout the community, man. You know, ain't no need to be all hostile about anything because don't nobody got the actual right answer. But by us sitting here, you know what I'm saying, putting all our knowledge together, bro. You know what I'm saying? That shit ain't gonna do nothing but make a powerful, you know what I'm saying, a powerful case, bro. Because regardless of the fact of what anybody say, if motherfuckers know how to read like they claim they can, 1828, the definition of American stand for the copper colored race, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I don't give a fuck what nobody say. This is my land and my ancestors, and I can trace my generation back seven generations. That's before the fucking 1492.
Listen, I ain't emotionally connected with Africa. I wouldn't dare go over that mother.
Nothing about no motherfucking Africa. I ain't from no motherfucking Africa, and I'm not African American. Neither am I black. I am a copper colored Indian.
Let's say no
So I said,
motherfucking African.
motherfuckers, hell no, I ain't no motherfucking African. Cause you can't. I don't know one word in Africa. I don't know any indigenous African foods. I don't dress like African. I damn sure don't smell like them. So ain't no disrespect to them, but I don't even like they women, bro. Truth be told, I'm sorry, but I just don't. I've never in my life.
I kind of feel you, Copper. I mean, I may not be as vocal about it as you, big bro, but I feel you.
I've never been attracted to any of them. I'm sorry, but I can't. Nah, I can't. And see, the problem is that, you know, a lot of these women, a lot of our indigenous women fuck with they men. You know what I'm saying? They men, oh, he got money, girl. Yeah, fucking marry him. But they don't know that
Man, ain't nobody fuck with no damn Africans, man. Come
shit,
on,
you
man.
crazy, bro? You
Shit.
crazy?
Hey, no, hey, I ain't gonna lie. Hey, he ain't bullshit. Hey, they marrying the shit out the motherfuckers
Man,
down
they
this
marrying
way.
these
No
motherfuckers like it
bullshit.
ain't no, man, them niggas smacking
Them
50,000 on these
Iranians, yeah, hey,
motherfuckers.
I'm glad you said that, big bro. Them Iranians too, bro. They marrying
The
the shit out them
Iranians too,
motherfuckers down
yeah,
here.
bro. The Arabs too, bro. They coming over here. They're marrying the women from this land, bro, because they know that if they get them pregnant, they got motherfucking they got property and they got what you call that shit?
What
They
the
got rights to the
white
land.
people of this land?
Huh?
What the white people of this land?
Nah, bro. The Africans, bro. When them niggas come over here, bro, they try to fuck with these with the Aboriginal sisters, bro, because they know the truth about them, bro. They know that they are the land, bro. They know that they the land, the air, and the sea, bro. They know that shit, bro. They how many Africans you see coming over here marrying white women, bro?
A lot.
Because why? Because their family have status in a certain place, right?
Yeah, that's what they
But
do.
when
They stuff.
but when they
I feel
come to New York,
this is my theory on these Africans, right? I'm gonna be honest with you. No offense. I feel like they like tied on to the leg of the white man or whoever. Ever since they've been colonized by them group of people, which
uh-huh,
way before us, they became
uh-huh.
submissive. You see what I'm saying? They been overthrown a lot of shit, man. That's why you got Europeans talking about they was in Egypt. They was the goddamn pharaohs. They was the god because they trying to they putting that psychological trick on these African minds, and the Africans agree with them. Yeah, they was white people up there, motherfucker. Yeah, cause listen, man, we gotta understand these when the Africans, man, the Africans that's over here are more prone to the white folk. They don't fuck
Indeed.
with us, man. They call us jabroni when we come over there.
Well, shit, for my area, I know because I'm gonna tell you like this. I ain't trying to put my cousin on blast, but my cousin did it. For instance, she married a fucking African, so this motherfucker could get a citizenship. Nigga paid her 50 grand. You know what I'm saying? The motherfucker sat there. You know what I'm saying? They waited for a certain amount of time. That motherfucker brought his whole family over here and never speak to my cousin again.
Right, he just a citizen. Shit.
And like I said, they're coming over here. They're using our women as an scapegoat for them to get rights to the land. You see what I'm saying? Because you
Well,
don't
it ain't
see no
just getting them
African.
rights to the land. It's just getting them rights to be over here. A ID, a
Okay,
passport, a
so
membership.
if that's the case, then why the women ain't doing it to the men?
because the women birth a nation. They ain't trying to birth y'all goddamn Aboriginal nation. That's what I'm telling
And
you.
that's what I'm trying to tell you. That's why when them African motherfuckers come over here, they're trying to
Hold on.
impregnate the woman
Wait,
because they know that
You
the
said
woman is the
what age?
father. Huh?
Hold on. You said what age they trying to impregnate the Aborigine women because of what?
No, he said that they're not. No, I asked him, I said, okay, so how come the African women ain't trying to marry indigenous men? And he said because they're not trying to have Aboriginal babies.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh
But like I said,
no. He didn't just say that. This the same agent just told me, no, it don't matter. The woman and the man. No, let them.
like I said, from
No.
what I'm understanding and shit, you know what I'm saying? The Africans, you know what I'm saying, they
They
come up
still gonna
over
be
here.
Aborigine. That's how y'all explained it. Y'all said they still gonna
I
be
don't see
Aborigine.
how.
That's what I was trying to say.
Not through the
That's
way
what I
we
was trying to
explain
say.
it. You gotta mute your
The
mic.
bloodline
That ain't. You gotta
doesn't
mute
go
your
through the
mic.
father, man. It goes through the mother, man. The
Yeah,
mother,
we
like I
believe that
said,
it's the mother. So
it's because
if the women are not sleeping with Aboriginal men, that means that they don't want to birth a nation of Aborigines, right? Because
exactly.
it's custom to follow the men. The men follow the men's or their father's tradition. If he's an Aborigine, he's gonna follow that tradition. But on another note, what I was saying earlier is yeah, you're right. It don't make no sense because if an Aborigine, according to my science, right, and what I believe is if an Aborigine man, I mean an African man sleep with an Aboriginal woman, that baby's still Aboriginal.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Right. So this is what I'm saying to you now. So now, by your definition, those African men impregnating those Aboriginal women don't fucking matter because those are still Aborigine babies. They are not African. That's by your definition, right?
No, it only matters it only matters to what he said by them getting citizenship and time rights to this land.
Well, I'm saying
No,
because if
I
you look at
understand that,
over
but now I
there,
want to check their bloodline, though. I understand what y'all saying about the citizenship and everything. I'm talking about the bloodline.
nah, I'm
So
talking about
is
the
this
bloodline.
child now an Aborigine through his mother, or is he now African through his father?
He has to be well. From what I was studying, I thought that look, okay, this is like this. Okay, the woman. Hey, bro, you gotta mute your mic.
I think my
Okay, this is my whole thing, right? The woman carries the child, right? So how is the man blood flowing through that child if the woman is carrying the child for 9 months, man, 9 to 10 months? The woman feeds the child. Whatever the woman goes through, the child goes through. If the woman gets a cold, the child gets a cold. So how is the man blood flowing through the child if the umbilical cord is stuck to the woman?
what you just explained to me was a woman incubates a child. That's what you just explained was the incubation of their child. The
Bro, what I just
What do
said
you
was
mean? What do you mean by incubation?
the seed or the blood that ain't the same as the what you just explained. We're dealing
nah,
with
bro. What
bloodline,
I said
right?
was
So
that okay, the bloodline.
this sperm has a genetic coding in it, does it not?
Okay, but does the
So
woman?
now this
But
genetic
does
coding that
uh huh?
belongs to this father, if it is of a different nationality than that mother, what code is that fetus more than likely going to take on?
It's gonna have the
The
mothers because the
grandmother,
mother
the father's
is
mother.
gonna.
So what is the Y chromosome?
The Y chromosome is for the man. The woman has 2 chromosomes. The woman has the X and the Y.
Right. The Y chromosome is for the man. Now, according to so-called science, which I say so-called with emphasis, what determines that child?
Mute
Basically
your mic.
determines the child gender and everything.
Mute your mic when you're
The
done.
Y chromosome or the X chromosome.
Mute your mic.
You said the Y or the 8? I thought it was the X.
All right, now, so
I
now,
said X, but I was muting myself up at
I'm
the
not.
same time. I was
Oh,
muting
my
while I
bad.
was saying
The
things.
X.
I
The
got
X
you.
does.
Now, when we
The
dealing with
X does.
this, when you dealing with it, now you gotta look at mute your. Yeah, good shot, brother. When you dealing with it, you develop one at a time. You just don't develop shit in pairs, right? So
Okay.
what we looking at according to science, you develop an X.
Exactly.
First. And to determine whether you're going to stay a female or evolve into a male, uh, decides on whether your X chromosome or your Y chromosome develops. Right. Now, what we're dealing with the Y, the reason they call it a Y chromosome because it has 4 stems. One has 3 stems, and it's really 3 1/4 because it wasn't fully developed. It's actually a mutated chromosome. So when you're dealing with the Y, it's really a dysfunctional X that didn't grow all the way through. So what it's telling you, what science is telling you, is that you're supposed to be a female. The reason males exist is because of mutation.
Yes. So, like I said, so if you're supposed to be a female because of the mutated gene, that would lead that what? That you have the bloodline of your mother. Am I lying? Because if the mother produces an X chromosome and the father produces a Y, which is a dysfunctional chromosome, that means that the mother chromosome is superior to the man because the mother puts out an X and a Y chromosome. The mother carries 2 chromosomes in what the man carries. Am I lying? So it's the woman that determines the sex. It's not the man. It's the woman that determines it. That's why I say that the child has the woman's bloodline.
So
y'all there?
So what does the Y chromosome do? Is what I'm asking. I'm asking what is the purpose of that man's chromosome? What is the purpose of the male chromosome, the Y chromosome, the broken X, the mutated gene y'all was just speaking on? What is the purpose of
mutated gene?
Is what I'm asking.
Well, truth be told, I don't know because I'm not a genealogist, but to my understanding, the Y chromosome is just a separation of the sex between a man and a female. Because truth be told, the penis is nothing but a stretch out. What is it called? What the fuck you call that shit? Stretched out a clitoris, and balls are nothing but outer uteruses, bro. Because every man, and I don't give a fuck what man say, and ain't no disrespect to no man out there who don't believe what I'm saying, but every man has a woman trait in them. Every man has a woman trait in them. And if a man sit there and tell you that he don't have a woman trait, he a fucking liar. Because every man, every species of human come from a woman. So it's impossible for us not to have.
And you explained it well. You know, testicles is what ovaries will be on the outside of the outside. Male. A phallus will be what you would call elongated clitoris.
That's right.
And we all know that we all have breasts or tits. Ours don't lactate because we don't work according to science. We don't have all the functions to naturally does these things according to science because of a mutation, not because of, you see what I'm saying? Because this is only because of a mutation. So that's what we're dealing with. So without the mutation, so obviously before mutation, now we got to deal with, for it to be a mutation, that means it wasn't a mutation at first. So before it was a mutation, it was only XXs being produced. And we know that last X determines female. So that means there was only females coming around Earth.
That's all, and that's what I'm trying to tell you. It was all females from day one because the female is the one who determines the sex. It's a scientific fact, bro. The man bloodline don't hold no weight, bro. But see, this is what society is teaching.
So y'all basically just told me that the man is a mutation.
Of course, bro. Every man, listen, bro. Listen, what I'm telling you. Every man has a trait of a female in him, bro. Where does the man come from? The man comes from the woman, bro. You see what I'm saying? If a man sit here and tell you he don't have no traits of a woman, he a fucking liar.
I got a better question. Where did that woman come from? Where did that first woman come from? Where the fuck is she from? With her 2 chromosome carrying.
With her 2 chromosome carrying that. Hey, bro.
Where's she from?
I don't know, bro. But from what I know, bro, women are the nearest to the Most High. That's all I'm saying.
AP said something very keen to me earlier. Common sense. Like I deal with common sense. So if shit don't add up, it just don't make no fucking sense to me. So that's what I'm saying. Where did this lady come from that created all these damn other women?
I can't.
Hey, hold on. Let me help you out. See, this is what we do over here, right? We don't know, and we be honest about that. So we don't go into belief and talking about this and that. We just say, we don't know that yet.
We don't, exactly. So I'm not going to sit here and make up something.
And now, you just said,
mute your mic,
and then not finished, you just said, you deal with common sense. And you then said, where did that first woman coming from? But then you believe in somebody made out of clay, man, and then rib pulled out. That don't, you know what I'm saying? So help me out there, bro. You lost me on that one.
Yeah, that's common sense. Yeah, that's common sense. Cause get what dirt do? Dirt go back to dirt. That's common sense. You absolutely right, Migo. That's common sense to me. That your flesh, when it dies, it goes through a process called rigor mortis, and then it goes through a process called decaying. You see what I'm saying? And when that body finishes decaying, what does it turn into? It turns into dust, ashes, bone. That's commonsensical to me. Why does a man see what I do with stuff like that, Miko? I say to myself, well, why does a body decompose and go back into that form?
Because
it's a okay.
So that means this Genesis story make more sense to me.
No. This is the thing right here. We agree on the end result. It's the beginning that we don't know, but you going by what somebody made up. But we don't know that yet. We haven't found it out yet.
No, it's not that, Miko. It's I accept.
Okay, well,
what the document says, and you don't. So let's say that it ain't a belief. Now this is not a belief. Like Brett said, we can't argue belief. I can't prove to you that a woman. I can't prove to you that a woman can have baby without man. But guess